Okay, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Equation Day. The purpose of this video is to show you how to work out each of these equations. So if you need the additional help or just want to check your answers, feel free to view this video. If you would like to, you can also work the problems along with me. I'm going to work out all 6 of them. So if we start with number 1, I have 7x minus 5 equals 72. All right. And this is just a two-step equation. So I need to isolate my variables. So the opposite of subtracting 5 is going to be adding 5 to both sides. So that gives me 7x equals 77. Then the next thing that I do is divide both sides by 7 to isolate the x by itself. So that's going to be x equals 11. All right, if I look at my next one, I have number 2, which is 11x minus 6x minus 5 equals 40. Now, already I see that I have parentheses, so the first thing I'm going to need to do is distribute. Also, you need to notice here that we have this negative in front of my parentheses, so I need to treat that negative like it's a -1 and distribute it to everything inside the parentheses. And remember, negative times a negative is a positive, and that's going to create the sign change. So I'm going to have 11x minus 6x plus 5 equals 40. So then 11x minus 6x is going to be 5x plus 5 equals 40. So I subtract 5 from both sides, and that's going to be 5x equals 35. And then I divide both sides by 5, and x is going to equal 7. All right, for the next one, number 3 is 2x minus 7 equals 6 plus x. All right, so this is the variable on both sides. So I simply want to move my smaller variable to my larger one. So I'll subtract the x from both sides to get the x on one side of the equation and isolate it. So 2x minus x is x minus 7 equals 6. So now I add 7 to both sides, and x is going to equal 13. All right, so for number 4, I have 7x plus 4 equals x plus 16. So same thing, I want to isolate my variable to one side of the equation. So I'll move my smaller to my larger. So I subtract the x from both sides. So 7x minus x is 6x. Plus 4 is going to equal 16. Now I subtract 4 from both sides because that's the opposite of adding 4. So I have 6x equals 16 minus 4, which is 12. Divide both sides by 6. So x is going to equal 2. All right then, for number 5. So I have 3 times x minus 2 plus 7 equals 2 times x plus 5. All right, so here it is. I see parentheses. So my first step's going to be that D for distribute. So I distribute the 3 to everything in parentheses. And over here, I'll distribute the 2 to everything in parentheses. So 3 times x is 3x. Minus 3 times 2, which is 6. Bring down the plus 7. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. All right, so I distributed. Now I need to combine my like terms. Because if I look over at the left-hand side of the equation, I have 2 terms over there that are by themselves that need to be grouped together. So when I do that, I'll have 3x. So negative 6 plus 7 is going to be plus 1 equals 2x plus 10. So now I move my smaller variable to the larger, so I subtract 2x from both sides. So that gives me x plus 1 equals 10. Now the opposite of adding 1, it would be to subtract 1 from both sides. And that's going to give me x equals 9. All right, and my last one. 2 times x minus 1 plus 3 equals x minus 3 times x plus 1. All right, so again, I see that I need to distribute because I have parentheses. Now, when I come over here to the right side of my equation, you need to remember that this negative travels with the 3, and it's going to produce a sign change, okay? So 2 times x is going to be 2x. 2 times that negative 1 is minus 2 plus 3 equals x. So negative 3 times x is minus 3x. Negative 3 times a positive 1 gives me minus 3. Okay, so we did our distributing. Now I need to combine like terms because on each side of my equation, I have some terms that can be put together. So if I look at the left side, I have negative 2 plus 3 that could be put together. And if I look at my right side, I've got x minus 3x that could be put together. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And as I do that, I get 2x. So negative 2 plus 3 is going to be a positive 1. So x minus 3x is minus 2x minus 3. All right, so now I'm just going to move my smaller to my larger. So negative 2 is less than 2. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So 2x and 2x is 4x. And I will subtract 1 from both sides. Because negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. Divide both sides by 4. X equals a negative 1. So there you go. There's equation day. Hopefully if you work these with me, you got them all right. Or you're able to follow along and get them right. So have a great day. And remember, you have a quiz tomorrow on Discovery Education with volume. All right. So see you tomorrow. Have a great day.